What's up, Sam? What's up, Tommy? Tommy got here first today. Looky there. All right. Got us a big old wide piece of coral today. Hello, hello, hello. Got my Greenbrier in the mail today. That thing is sweet, dude. I knew you'd like it, man. I knew you would. That thing is a smoker. All the different colors. Little agate part in that piece, man. Yeah, I'm glad you got it. That was awesome. That was a nice one. Sweet. Some Tommies are quicker than others. Marty's here. What's up? Patrick's live too. Is he going live like every day this week? What's going on with Patrick? I was thinking it was Monday, Friday. Is he on right now too? I think I need to heat some of this piece back up. All of it isn't as consistent as I would like. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. Oh, 3 times a week? Oh, I thought it was two times a week. Maybe I was mistaken. Yeah, this one needs to be heated up a little more. I'm gonna set it aside. Let me find something cool to nap for you guys. Y'all just wait here for a second. That is a nice chunk of coral. It needs some heat. It does need some heat. Now, let me see here. This is one. All right, so these are 2 chunks I found in that pile that I was gonna sell. This is one that I bought from John Harris. I can't remember how long ago, but it's a chunk of coral, and the other one's just some clearish blue coral. Let's see if there's anything nappable in this chunk here. There may not be. Really just depends on the quality, if there's any holes or seams. I want to say I got this from them down in Florida. Can't remember how long ago. This has been sitting for a while. It looked like one of those that that might do me dirty at some point. Johnny Boy Harris, this is your coral, buddy. This came from one of your boxes. Now, I already got a point out of that box, so it already made it worth it. This is one of those iffy ones, pretty but iffy ones. And I think the bottom half, well, I stand corrected maybe. This part's good. I'm curious if there's anything good in this area. That's what I need to know. If not, then yeah, I think this area is going to be rough. So the question is, when does that rough area begin? So right now I'm not concerned about total length. I'm concerned about getting to the prime time stuff. So let's see if we can't find that. Yeah, this box is already worth it, so everything else is just kind of extra. This is one I bought, I want to say, yeah, down in, Plebius is here. Johnny Boy Harris is here. What's up, buddy? Oh, okay. So I think we're already at some of the, there might be a good layer throughout all of it. And I do have some coastal heating in the kiln right now, so if you hear some switching in the background, Mr. Harris, some of that will be going to you, my friend. Also, update on the boxes. I was able to finish out the boxes for Hoosier, Marty. I didn't find an extra point for Marty yet, but actually I found a little broke preform. I threw it in. And for Tommy, I think 5 boxes were sold. And I still got a ways to go. So the boxes are over here. And whoopsies. Boxes are over there. That's the one I'm working on eventually. But I still got a ton of rocks to go through. No, the flake pile is still massive. I'm still sitting on it. So, no, there's so much. And like I said, this was in it. I had forgotten I got this from Mr. John. And I was like, well, let me take a whack. Again, I'm just trying to see if there's any goodie in the stone. I've already kind of counted it as a loss because, you know, I wasn't expecting to find it anyways. But if there's some goodie in here, we want to capture every last lick. So all these holy porous areas, I want to try to get around those and just be left with clean coral. I think we actually can do it. I think we can. And if we can, this will be an insane point. Beautiful material. Please, I got my point today. Oh, still a big pot. Oh, you best believe. Oh, so that's actually looking pretty good there. I might have to work my way up to that now. Depends on how this flake comes off. Again, still going to be very tricky. This is a kind of a flaky, odd piece. And similar to a lot of coastal, coral can sometimes have so many different variations in such a small piece. Whereas, you know, this piece of coral is consistent, although it's very low grade. I want to say I got that from Ryan. This has all sorts of different grades in it, but it can also make for a really pretty point if you can navigate your way through it. The key word is being able to navigate. That right there, that little sunburst looking, if we can keep that, boy howdy. Which means we got to get rid of everything on this face, which is not what I expected. So, got to do some controlling here. Because I expected the cleaner face to be this side, and funny enough, maybe it is. Maybe it actually is. And that is just a portion of the cleaner. Let me take a second here. Because this could be a really stellar point. Or it could break in a million pieces. We'll just have to find out together, I reckon. By the way, I went fishing today. I caught a handful of fish. Already laid it underneath the mammoth ivory. What you find in some of these, I'm telling you, both coral and coastal are some of my favorites to kind of look into and see, and coral especially. And every batch of rock that you do, John, is just something unique and special to just kind of admire the color change of everything, to see kind of how everything was impacted. Now we've got this something manageable. Again, just something manageable. A dry spot in through here. The question is, will there be good quality under this cortex? And I'm banking on the fact that it will be, based on this, and this. Therefore, I'm gonna work my way up to lose a hair bit of length so that I can get rid of some of the porous stuff, remove stuff I reckon off this face, because I'm assuming this one will be the most desirable quality, and just go from there. So all this is kind of a tactics game. Yeah, I think I'm playing the game right so far. I think. I don't think anybody has their name on this next box yet. So if anybody wants a box, I'm selling medium boxes for 60 bucks. Flakes, falls, preforms, pretty much everything. So if you're interested, just type it in the comment section. We'll figure you out. Hit the like button, yeah. There we are. Ooh, John. Somebody's gonna get a nice piece. Yeah, this is looking good, John. By the way, I still have your note. Where is it at? It's from the first one. Let me see. Bear with me here. I figured I'd let you do all the heavy smacking and then send me one back to try to finish off. What do you think? When we get your good box together, we're going to get you one. Absolutely. Oh, I wish I had me a bigger abrader. This one's just no fun to work with. But boy, I can see the potential in through here. The potential is really big. To find, I'm telling you. If any good rock in North Georgia area. Somebody in the comment section might know. North Georgia, does that get into some of the Tennessee type materials? Yes or no? Possibly rhyolite materials? Oh boy. Looky there, looky there. Dadgum, that's a pretty little flake. I'm gonna put that over here. Maybe we can make a Hernando out of it. Goodness, this is a special one. This is a special one. I was right. Best stuff is gonna be here under the cortex. And yeah, this is gonna be a special one if it holds together. And here it was sitting in this pile. Just sitting. Since February. Because I bought it from you in February. That is crazy. Trying to clear off some of that cortex to see what we're working with. As Sam Sulek often says. Haven't watched him in a long time though. Some of y'all know about old Sam. Sam Sulek. Sulik. I would put that in it's got a little crust, so. Could be lousy inside rocks. Sounds like a plan, John. Your ETA is whenever these rocks finish. They should finish by Sunday. And then I can take a peek at them and ship it off. The thing about coastal though, John, is that I just about have to get them to a biface form to figure out if it's going to give me a problem or not. So a lot of your stuff probably won't be chunk rock like what you send, because it's just I mean, it may be 100% terrible. You just literally never know until you beat into it. So it'll probably be a little more whittled down. Kind of what you were looking for in the coral anyways. And that strike right there, I'll show you why I took it and what it actually does, because it may seem like a weird strike to take. You know, I just took this flake here, and there's a big thickness here. This isolates it. That's why I like striking along the base, so that I could get a sequential flaking down the piece. And this is kind of lowered. Like it's lowered, and you may take that flake here and run it. But oftentimes when I'm looking to get a lot of mass off, I like to really lower the platform. And this is one of those, you can just call it a back strike, where, you know, instead of just hitting straight down, you know, I'm actually hitting back and clearing off an entire face all the way up to here of lower angle to get all this mass off. So Hoosier's here. What's up? Nicholas is here. What's up? You're new? Well, welcome in, Chief. Welcome in. So anyways, this lowers the platform all the more, makes it consistent, which means you don't always have to isolate it because it's consistently the same angle. Then you can just wallop and see that little cutout there? This looks like little mussel bellies. That's a funny looking flake. But I was able to push it off because I had the mass, the depth, and I hit straight in. It was able to catch even some of these little bellies. And just because that's a unique looking one, I'll throw it in a box. That's a good flake. Oopsies. But yeah, this is coming out sweet. Again, still some porous areas here, but I was not expecting this at all from this piece. This is really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Really cool. I got me a brand new Mountain Dew, never been opened. I'll let you hear the fizz. You ready? Did you hear it? Ooh, that's crisp. That'll open the airways. Goodness gracious. Marshall, quit. That's a part of why I drink it, is that, you know, I don't like getting sick, so I like having something strong nearby. That's also why I have Altoids nearby. This seriously strong mint. Just because I hate getting sick. I haven't been sick in like a year. And it's because whenever I get my throat dry, I try to use that, funny enough. Adrian's here, what's up? Is that coral, like out of the ocean coral? It is, except over hundreds and sometimes thousands of years. Possibly God made it this way. Coral, we can then turn it into a blade because it's turned into a rock. Turned into a rock. What's up, Ed? Welcome in, welcome in. Can you nap a turtle? Like a turtle back? Oh yeah, easily. It's a pretty little flake. All these smaller flakes you can reheat a little bit higher if you want to, and make some like jewelry type pieces because they're just so pretty. But this is flaking well, you know. It shot right into the middle, and usually the middle parts of some of these blades can be a little iffy, but this one's doing well. John did a good job heating it because I didn't heat this one. And now I'm so glad that I got that box because somebody else could have definitely bought it back then. One of my friends by the name of BRITT, if he saw this one, would have bought it from me. So I'm joking. I love him. He does some really good work too. But happy I was able to get this one. Thanks, John. Little turtle legs and a head. Ever heard of what happened to Danny? No, what happened to Danny? What happened to Donnie? Marshall. Hush. The Danny with the Danny Lithics something? Dan Collins. Now you may say, Jake, why did you shear that? Well, number one, we kept our length. Number two, that gives us isolation for our next flakes. And number three, it had cortex on it. I had to get rid of the cortex on both sides. So it worked out. Turtle shape. Oh, no way. Oh, man. His account got hacked? That's brutal. Well, y'all better go help him back out and resubscribe if he has a new channel. My goodness. Depending on how many subscribers he had, I don't know if he had it monetized. If he had it monetized, then there's got to be a way to recover it. But if he was, depending on how many subscribers he had, how many watch hours he had, but there's a way to get it back and go around it if you have that, I would think. Because that goes into personal data. Because at that point, you have your bank linked. You have a lot of different things linked. And you can file a report on it. Greenbrier Dalton for me. I don't know. Usually I just kind of make whatever's on my mind. When folks usually ask, sometimes I break it, and then sometimes I don't have the right material, and then oftentimes it just becomes like, I got to make this, and I don't know. It's not always fun for me to. And I appreciate the request. That does mean a lot to me, but I typically don't take them anymore, just because I feel like I lose my fun in napping and doing what I enjoy doing. And I often, when I do that, will kind of cheapen maybe what it's worth. Because I may make a $200 point, but I would have told you I'd sell it for 80 or something. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of different factors, and I've also had some folks say, all right, and I don't know, it feels like a job when I do it, so I'd prefer not to. But if I make one, which I did recently, which means I might make another one soon, I don't know that, but I'll keep you in mind. How about that? because I do really appreciate that. Don't think ill of me. I appreciate the request, but I generally just like making, you know, whatever makes me happy, and that'll keep me posting more consistently. That'll keep me more enthused, and maybe make y'all more enthused. I don't know. Anyways, Florida coral. He could use all the help he can get. What kind of help is he needing? He can make a new YouTube channel. Should be able to. Oh wait, does it, or does he sell things and he's losing business? Is that a part of it? Maybe I'm trying to understand. Trying to understand. Understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Oh, they cleaned out his bank account. Oh, well, in that case, he can get it back. That's not a problem, Ed. If somebody cleans your bank account out, you're able to file a claim and get it back. It may take a minute, but that's happened to me twice for like, not on this channel or the bank account associated with it, but it's happened to me twice for sometimes, you know, close to $4 or $5 grand. One of them was even more than that. It's kind of a tragic thing to have happen, but you're able to file a claim and get it back. So it shouldn't be. It's frustrating. The last time it happened for me was literally around New Year's Eve, and that was just not a good time for me, especially with taxes around the corner. But usually you're able to get that back, you know. His business, yeah, I mean, you should be able to get that back. Just file a claim. It'd be all right. It's not fun to have to do it, but, you know, if you want your money back, you got to do it. Doggone, that's pretty. Doggone, that's pretty. Doggone. And when you don't have a flake to run off the base, you just chop off a portion of it, and that'll isolate your next one. By raising this and lowering your next one. Just little tips. Speaking of tips, I'm getting a little hot. When you get hot, you gotta take your jacket off. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Huh. What to do? what to do? Eventually you got to get the bass thinned out, so might as well do it now. I went to here. Looks like it popped that one out too. Flake into here and then back the other way, I'm thinking. Because we need to raise out of those little porous holes you can see right through. Isolate this one so we can catch this back hinge. And just like that, I mean, pushed it right off, plus some. Caught the hinge that was right here, and I didn't overshoot. Went all the way to here. I mean, that's what you like to see out of coral right there. This isn't the glassiest piece in the world. A part of that is because it came from a thicker piece that was heated. And oftentimes with thicker pieces, you know, it can be much harder to get it glassy and consistent all the way through. Usually a slow cook, you know, to 525, 550, 575 is good. But if it is thick, generally, which it was with Cortex, generally it won't be super duper glassy, but this is plenty glassy enough. When you see flakes like that, I mean, it's just, I mean, it is awesome. Also with coral, you have to keep in mind, this is kind of glassy down here. This is just kind of mildly glassy up here. You have different consistency ranges. So some will be real glossy, some will be straight Cortex, some will be semi-glossy, maybe a little drier in through here. And that's the same with coastal. It's the same with a lot of materials. Beggars can't be choosers oftentimes. And the cool thing about it is, which is a part of why I like coastal and coral, is it's rewarding when you finish one. And often you get different variations within the same finished arrowhead. So it's not just, you know, oh, it's brown. You know, you'll have, you know, a bunch of different variations, which is really neat. I'm just calling dib yub. Oh boy, oh boy. At least you don't have to donate to comment. That's a blessing right there. Did you ever figure out why that was? Was there a restriction, parental controls or something? I'm not sure what it would have been. But glad you're able to get a different channel and rock and roll with it. All right. About to sling some flakes the other way. Might as well finish and conclude all of our flakes in through here while we're at it, while we have the opportunity. All right, so that lowers this whole side so that we can shoot off the back face. You're just thinning out certain areas that I see that need it. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. You're able to meet your hinges. That's awesome. Sometimes putting hinges in there on purpose is helpful. I learned that with Tallahassee. If I never worked Tallahassee, I wouldn't recognize the benefit of it as much. Since I had, you kind of gotta set your hinges where they'll benefit you, which is a strange thing to say, but anyways, that's what we did there. Is create a hinge just so you can catch it. Here we created one so that it allows us, it's almost like isolating, like here you hit high so you have a low platform, but here it's like extra isolation just to flute into it, so it does help. Plus it removes a lot of excess mass, so that instead of hinging here, you know, because there's so much mass, you know, it's isolated, it can go and just follow that ridge. So sometimes it can be very helpful. Very, very helpful. This will be a double, so I'm going to isolate this platform by shooting off this hinge if I'm able to manage it. So we're doing two things with one stone, killing two birds with one stone. So that hinge there, we weren't able to remove it entirely, but we can catch it from here or here. But it does isolate this platform, so that's much less stress being put on already a very odd little area there. You see it wrapped right around that and just went right into the piece. Okay, now we can catch this hinge with pressure flaking, but if I can catch it with an undercut, I always like doing that. It's just a fun way to catch it and remove more than you might would a different way. This is also what you might call an undercut flake, and it actually ran, so that's good news. That sets us up for this flake here. You can tell I'm off in Wally World right now because I'm not where I need to be. There we go, met the hinge and we're fine. Because we're trying to get this edge here, but I got to thinning down the base, so. Oopsies. And still am, really. While I have the meat to do it, I might as well. Now that one didn't quite go as planned. It just means we got to do a little improvising. A little improvising. Start here. I'm now realizing that I may not have, this base is going to be too thin if I don't go ahead and fool around with everything else, so I have to come back to it. Anyways, I'm planning to catch it from here. Okay, so a little hinge here can be caught from this direction or from an opposite direction that runs in line with it, or at least close where it can wrap. Our next big flake is up here anyways, so it really just kind of works out in our favor, where I think we can blow right through it. But I need to really hit it hard. Yeah. Blew through most of it, not all of it. That just means we catch it from the other side. We got plenty of room to do that. There we go. Took a lot of force to drive that one, but drove that one pretty well. Again, all this other stuff we'll catch next time. All right, so this is an interesting one here. This is one I want to shoot up and then to the side, because it's kind of flat in through here. I can't explain it. It's one I want to shoot up so that I can get a more defined ridge in the middle. Plus, I don't really have another platform here I can shoot over. This is the last real defined ridge I have. So we're making the most of it. And now we can actually shoot across up yonder. But all that to set up this ridge, right? Which is a little bit cattywampus, but we'll fix it. Hinge is perfectly fine because we're trying to get it thin in there, so kind of what I needed. Okay, that did what we needed it to. No idea what point I'm gonna make. Yeah, getting a little crusty in through there. Excuse me. There we go. That actually helps out a little bit. Need to shoot backwards. Some places we need to shoot opposite, like here. Get over to the cleaner side. This is one of those no man's land. It's not too low or too high. You don't want to bevel it super hard one way or else it'll be super thick on the other side. So you just take, this is the most important side to get cleaned off. So we're just going to take some thinners in through here and just some thinners. You see that thins it down, whereas it's super thick up here. Just thin it down. So not only do you thin one side relatively, but you're getting a nice lower area that you can then shoot off of. That's what I do in a no man's, or whatever it's called, no man's land area. You don't want to bevel, because then your piece is drawn into there and you're like, oh boy, I just lost a lot off the table there. It's like cooking a steak this big, but when you cut all the fat off, all you get is like that. It's like, no, that's not what I signed up for now. Hold on now. Again, with anything, I like to start from the edges, if I'm able to and can afford to. This is bad. Okay, we made it work. I'll explain that later. this sets a precedent so that every time we go down, we have a little ridge, a little area to follow, and makes my life a whole lot easier. I can draw this piece in as much as I need to isolate the next flake that I'm trying to take. Isolate the flake I'm gonna take. That was good rhyming. Round of applause, pat on the back. That was good. We can catch all that later. These hinges come from striking in most of the time, and that gets it really flat where you need it, but that just means you have to strike and catch the hinge the other way around. You likely only have one shot at doing it, but I'd rather get it thin than just, you know, oh, big old round stone, you know. Nah, I'm gonna get it thin if I can. Even if that means a couple hinges that I gotta get out later, I would rather have them and get a thin piece than not and be crying about it not being thin enough. That was insane. Sometimes you can push through those thin flakes, and that did really well. Push straight in. That's how you get them flat. There's actually one area here that I missed. Right here. There we go. Had a flake here and here, but I needed one in through there. Suddenly Jake's a flint rapper. Ha! That was clever. That was clever, Tommy. I like that. I like that, Tommy. I like that a lot. Again, just means I gotta catch them. Gotta catch them all. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. If you're my age, you know what that's referencing. Gotta be the very best. Da, 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 da. Can anybody guess it in the comments? Anybody guess it? I doubt it. Nobody's gonna guess that. If you're in your 20s, you might guess it. If you're a teenager, you might guess it. Otherwise, you're not going to guess it. There's no way. Have you made an Abbey point? I have actually. I forget who bought it, but I think it was was it Tommy or was it Marty? Maybe it was Marty. I thought I saw Marty unbox one. Or no, it might have been Snyder. No, I think Snyder got that one. Yeah, it was Snyder, now that I remember. I have made an Abbey point, yes. I actually like making them. They're a really unique little style. And these are where our hinges were. We already caught one of them. And we made another one. That one can pick out though. Well, boy, she's about as opaque as they come. But that doesn't mean she's not pretty. That overshot. That's okay. Hey, overshots towards the tip are fine because we want our tip to be nice and pointy. Pokemon, you're 53. Let's go. Oh, man. Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh, Bassett got it. I hope he doesn't start wearing a lot of gold necklaces. No, I'm not a big jewelry guy personally. I'll be a Flint rapper, but not a Flint wearer of jewelry. Anyways, Jake's wearing a huge gold chain with a chunk of socks with two. I'm telling you, it is what it is, Ross. I still got 200 people watching, so apparently it's not that bad. New fad, yeah. What points on the side is I found a few. You're from Southeast Alabama, or like Dothan? Just say yes or no. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Stephen Stanley. That's all I need to know. Or Ozark, or Enterprise, or Headland, or Abbeville, Eufaula, Columbia. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. You may be picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, Hartford. Yeah. I used to go fishing in a little pond in Hartford. That's awesome, dude. I don't live around there anymore, but that is sweet. Sweet. Should be some good points out yonder. Ought to be. But from Madrid, no way. My grandpa had a farm out in Madrid. Before he moved here, and ultimately he passed. That's just life right there. But yeah, he had a little place out in Madrid. There's a senior center. There's the fireworks store. You keep going down. There's a senior center on the right as you get into it. Then a little ways down, he owns some property off to the left. And still kind of in the family. That's pretty neat, man. Yeah, I know where Madrid's at. You got to pass the, if you're going down 231, you got to pass the doggone, whatchamacallit, the little place with the gambling place. That's what the gambling place, whatever that's called. Anyways. Gotta pass the gambling place. Get down yonders. As long as you don't say back in the day, whippersnapper, napper, jail. Oh, I like that. That's funny. That's funny right there. Yeah, there was a fireworks store, and then beside that is an old church. I got some folks I know who are buried there. See, I'm familiar with Old Madrid a little bit, or at least getting into the town. In fact, going down 231, there was that little bridge. I forget, my family had a little saying, something like, don't let the trolls get you or something. As if there were... Now today, we think of a troll as somebody who's like putting on, but think about like the toy trolls, like as a kid, the little trolls are going, trolls under the bridge. Anyways, that's the bridge where I learned about the old trolls. Heading into Madrid. Dad and I set up a little deer stand to go hunt out in Madrid. Had family reunion out in Madrid. Although I haven't been to Madrid in a long time. We should know each other just about. Excavator operator, come across a lot of, you best believe. I've been doing these, I've been napping for over 5 years, but the streams for about 2 months. Got a bad wreck on 231 Big Creek Bridge. Yeah, oh man. When my grandpa got in a wreck, hopefully you didn't wreck into him. It was over by, goodness, it was on the left-hand side going south. It was some kind of building there. I don't think it was an American Legion, but I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, he got in a wreck right close to there too. But I want to say he wrecked himself, so I guess not. He wouldn't have been there. Who'd have thought? Yeah, there's a lot of points. He found some, before I knew anything about arrowheads, he had a couple points that I think I still have that he gave to my dad, and my dad gave to me. Pink heat-treated coastal. In fact, my grandpa's mom and dad had a little shack that's still there probably, if it ain't burnt down. Early 1900s. Lol. I don't know when Madrid was founded though. Kin to the Bedsole family. Bedsole. It does sound semi-familiar, but goodness, it's been a time. My last name's Anderson. Anderson family. Check it out. All right, no problem, Brennan. No problem, Brennan. Not a problem. You're just missing out on the best point in the world. I'm joking. Perfect. That can pick out perfectly. Question is, do I keep it wide or do I keep going? I mean, I like the flake scars. There's a couple areas where I would want to have some attention shown. Oh man, all right, John, we'll see you at a sand pit. We need to That's funny. Well, I don't live down yonder anymore. By the way, see you, John. Appreciate you, the stone, and again, this is one I bought from you, I think, at the nap in. Everybody say bye to John. Gotta love old John. Wouldn't be here without him. Yeah, I'm up in Phoenix City now, so I'm not down there like I used to be. But I have family in Dothan. They might even be watching the stream. But I haven't hunted for arrowheads in goodness knows how long. Haven't been fishing down there in goodness knows how long. Man, you're right. It is certainly a small world. Yeah, I bet you find all sorts of stuff down yonder. Man. Oh, that almost slid on me. Now I'm hoping this don't do me dirty here. Very well might. Oh, it did great. It did great. What am I doing in there? Boy, this is awesome. Now this might need some. No, I was able to pick it right out. Man, what a preform. Goodness gracious. What a monstrous preform. My day, we use wooden hockeys. Ugh. I don't even know of anything this wide down in the deep south other than a levee. There were some Leviosa. That's funny. There's some, a levee point would look pretty sick in coral, now that I think about it. And that would look stellar. Huge, oh man, because there's plenty of, I'm talking plenty of levee points out of coral that are large, kind of staple points. See if I can't find some in the book. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Over halfway, that's what you look for, thinning down. Just saying. Yeah, this needs to be a big old textbook levee point. That's what I'm thinking. Needs to be a big old textbook levee. Leviosa. California thing. I'm missing some stuff. A lot of points in Abbeville? Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, Abbeville has them. Henry County for sure. Looks like you're doing, yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Just, all right, I'm mixed up on my, I can't read all those, I'm sorry. This is a napping channel, not a reading channel, guys. I'm sorry. Ooh, that was really pretty. That folded right into where we needed it to be. Yeah, still thinking a big levee or Seminole. Clay point would just be like absurd. Doable, but like why? Yes, that one did exactly what we needed it to. Slight little hinge we can easily catch. Doesn't even need to be caught really. All these strikes are important. See how thin we got this and then how thick we have up here? Yes, that was great. This is where it gets tricky because there's a bend in the stone. So like here, there's a bend. So I don't really know how to do this, but I'm amazing, John. Don't say that now. I tell you, it's too early for that. Boy, oh yeah, we caught the bend. Boy, that sets up the one across. I didn't think that would actually go. That did better than I thought. For a piece that looked like, yeah, I probably won't get anything out of that. I have been happily proved wrong. Goodness gracious. Yeah, still thinking levee point. And I keep saying that to remind myself, but also to kind of affirm in my mind that what I'm doing is a good thing, because you know, things can change in an instant. And you might think, oh, well, boggy branch may be a better use of this. Now, I don't think anybody would say a boggy branch would be the best use of this big old fat mammer jammer. But nonetheless. Okay, I don't know what all that's about. I'll just keep going here. This one may not cross over. I wish it would, but I don't want to overshoot it either. Oh, we did perfect. Went right over. Sweet. Boy, howdy. What do we have here, folks? What do we have here? I don't know what kind of voice I was trying to make there, but it was not great. What do we have here? All right, took me a second to decide what I wanted to do first. I'm gonna do a mild flake series in through here, and then repeat on both sides, and we'll be done. Usually I have a series of 4, and this is the second part of that series I like to do in thinning down. This one was part 1. So this will kind of be a part 2. Oh yeah. And all these little hinges, hopefully, I've managed to keep the base a little unorthodox enough where, yeah, we can still catch those hinges. So it's not really a problem. So that is a isolation and a half. Pretty much anything we could need going forward here. Sweet. And again, we still got to clip into this area. So I'm just thinning out here, knowing that any mishaps I can clean up from the other side, hopefully. Now this is one that I don't know if I'll get a second chance, so. You have to be aware of that. If there's no real way to catch that effectively, or it looks like it may hinge, then you better do your best with your one and only real shot at catching a bunch of mass. So here we go. Wow, that did way better than I could have ever planned. That was awesome. And that took striking straight in as well. How about a let's find the Pope's face in the pizza looking coral? Oh, goodness. That is the flake we're looking for. Again, it's going. Some of those are going in that box. Somebody will get. Yeah, and so I like to section my flakes off where I go this face, and then I'll go this face. And right now we're on the second phase, and we're thinning here. I could take an intermediate flake in through here, I think. Because all this we're gonna catch from this side, most likely. So I gotta, when I'm thinning this side, I'm raising this up so I can blast over to catch these flakes. So everything's working as it should so far. Again, I only had one real shot to clear that off, so. And same thing here, you know, my angle is wide. I'm gonna take some time to set it up. Figure out which angle I want to shoot from. I'm going to shoot from this one. Set myself up and it looks awful, so I'm going to do this, isolate even more. But at least now the platform's set up right, where maybe it'll blast some of this off. Yeah, it hinged out, but again, we're gonna catch all this from the other side, so that's okay. We got it thin here, and that's all that matters right now. That's what I was expecting down here, but it blew through. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Again, setting up where I want my platform to be. Isolating it as I ought to. Making sure that was abraded right. This one could be weird, honestly, this flake. All right, it did good. So it met the other hinge, which is typical. Again, we planned to catch that from the other side. And by flaking into here, we're raising this to catch these flakes, which really don't need much. So we're sitting pretty right now. Sitting pretty. This is a tough one. I'm not going to isolate it much. Can't really. But I was able to push it, and that actually traversed the hinge, which will be helpful for us on the back half. Go here. Yep, that traversed it too. Work our way up to wherever we think our next platform will be most effective, somewhere in through here. And that hinged out, but I think we can catch that later. And here. Sometimes you just have to listen to the stone. It doesn't want to be flake there, so we'll just call that for what it is. Let me see if I got my pressure flaker nearby. I do. Is it sharp? No, but will it do the job? Partly. This could get me in real trouble here, folks. Real trouble. All right, let me not push that. I can Miozy my way over there when I need to. All right, one more thick area I need to address along that series. There. So we did this side and this side, which already is making a huge difference in our thinness. Now we just got two sides to go. We gotta hope for the best. This is where a lot of micro adjustments may need to take place. A lot of little things here and there. But nothing crazy has to happen right here. That's the only thing I need to remember. Is that we're okay if something doesn't, act perfectly. We'll still be all right. All right, getting out into the open. That was a good flake there. And again, imagine we skipped that step and that thickness was still there. That wouldn't be fun. Same thing there. Better get that thickness off than leave it on there, if you're able to. Boy, my back's starting to round over. I need to be careful here. What's up, Jack? that did well. Clearing out all the way to the middle. Sweet. This side's gonna be killer. From here down, we're pretty much done on this face. Oh wow, that could have been way worse. That did great, just kind of thin right into the middle there. It's going way better than I thought it would. That's good. And sometimes you don't have a great platform, you gotta make one. That's what I'm doing here. Wow, all right, I'm putting the pieces together. That was one I was not sure if I'd ever be able to get. There was an itty bitty little hinge, and I told myself if I couldn't get it, it'd be fine. But we ended up catching that joker. Itty bitty little hinge right there, we caught it. Look at that, thinning down, thinning down. Imagine the whole piece was this thick. Now it's only this thick. So I gotta shoot some off in here. That was great. Wow. Again, setting up platforms helps. Well, I couldn't do it without setting up platforms, honestly. These would have nowhere to go. Yeah, that just needed a little helping. This here is where it gets tricky, guys. Because there's one spot right here that I want to take. Problem is, I think it'll hinge. And that's the sad part about it. Is I'm gonna have to isolate it again. Because the angle isn't right. Or not the angle is bad, but there's not enough convexity. Now that's better. This means I gotta get rid of a lot of my sideways doings here. All for something that might not even come to pass. This could be bad. And we caught it. No way. It ran to there. Let's go. Whew, goodness. Big deep breath. That was awesome. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I do all that work just for it to hinge out. I should have isolated that more. Damn it. All right, we got lucky. Yeah, we got real lucky there. That could have been bad. Still got one or two more to hit on this side. Let's see what we can do. There we are. That's looking more like it. Looking more like it. Again, when we do the notches, that'll blow out, so I think we're fine. All right, this side is done with the exception of this here. One more side. This is the thinnest side so far. This one, we got one side left to do. If we can get it as clean looking as this side, we'll be a-okay. Alright, I don't know if we can, but we'll see, we'll see. The tip I'm about to just leave alone. No reason to utterly ruin a piece from just sheer acting a fool. Yeah, there's just no sense in fooling around with stuff there ain't no need to fool around with. There we are. That's more like it. Alright, now we're into our main biz. Again, I'll fool with the tip later. Ooh, that was weird. That was not great. Not great at all. What spider get off of me? Can we shoot back here maybe? We can. Oh, that was great. I'm setting this up where it's bound to work here. This has got to take and catch those hinges there. That's got to be the one to do it right there. And that did it. Caught that part of the hinge at least. Again, if we can get that side to look like this one, we'll be solid. Halfway there. hardest part is to come, which is this part. Oh boy, here we go. I just need to make, I'm gonna give myself one shot on making this, but I'm gonna make it a high percentage shot here. And we caught it. So we're cleared here, cleared there. Let's go. Let's go. All right, same thing here. I really only have one area to strike that. And it's gonna be right about in through here. Not ideal, but it's what we got. It worked, so we'll take it. All right, now we gotta fool around with it. This is bad here. Let me rephrase, it can be bad. It can be really good or really bad. This is where we live or we die, is by this here. Because of that, I'm gonna take an extra precaution and just I can name 100 things that'll go wrong with this flake here. Let's just hope it works. It may not. Man, I don't know. It's an iffy one. It worked. It blew all the way to there. Let's go. I mean, goodness, that's breath of fresh air. Wow. Just wow. And as a pusher, that caught to there. Oh wow, that's perfect. You almost never see that. Can we finish it out strong here? I think we can. At least our 4 pattern. Our pattern of 4. Oh yeah. So there you go. You learn how to do the Jake pattern of thinning down big bleeds. And that's fine. That had to be taken anyways, for symmetry's sake. And we'll catch all this at the base right there and right here. We're catching anyways. The main part is the blade from here to here, and it's perfect. Now the tip needs work, but that's pressure flaking. That's easy stuffs. So we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, sweat stage is now officially over. I'm gonna do some more percussion work, you best believe. But it's not like a necessary kind of ordeal, you know? Although that was an insane little flake right there. Anyways, I'm not gonna finish this tonight, I'm afraid. I do apologize for that, but I want to work. You know, there was a reason I tried to finish my main percussion, and that's because when you try to percussion something the next day, you know, your finger strength will be a little bit different than what it was the day before. And to kind of get back in that roll, it may be colder, your fingers may be more prone to, you know, get steamy. So I like to go ahead and at least finish percussion work if I'm able to, because the next day you'll be out of rhythm. I may not hold the bopper like this. I may hold it like this. You know, a number of different factors. And I'll be out of my rhythm. That's the most important thing. Out of rhythm. And you want to be in rhythm. Anyways. Rocking and rolling. This is going to be sick. S-I-C-K, sick. All right. Thanks, John. Thanks, John. She really is thin. She feels thin. I mean, it's a neat little piece. I can make a clay point. I can make a Noonan. We'll just have to decide later. We got a wide base, so I can make a number of things. Still go Levy, still go Seminole. I just gotta think it over. In fact, hold on. While I'm there's a hole here. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. That'll bounce out a little later. All right, my back's starting to tense up. I've been brutal on it. Anyways, so it's not going to be translucent. Oh, we got it thin enough where it kind of is. Looky there. Who would have thought? Huh. Looky there, looky there. Anyway, that's what it's looking like. And not the thinnest. I can still percussion a flake here or there. I'll look it over later. Anyways, thanks guys. Y'all are awesome. And Marsha's over there. You ready to go inside, Bob? You can go inside? You can go in the house? Marshall. You can go in the house? Yeah. All right. Good night, you guys. Thanks so much.